Today's video is brought to you in collaboration with Backswing.com, a golf publication offering insight from top pros for the game of golf. Visit Backswing.com today to help fix your game. Okay, so today's question comes to us from Backswing.com, and the question is, I would like to curve the ball on purpose. Should I change my swing or should I change my setup position to achieve that? I'm going to answer that for you. I'm going to tell you what I'd prefer. But before we do that, we have to make sure you understand what's creating curve on the ball. All right, so what creates curve when we hit golf shots is a difference between the direction the face is pointed and the direction the club is moving through the hit. So if my club's pointed one way, the club's moving a different way, we're gonna have curve. That's curve in its simplest form. Now, typically, as a right-handed player, let's just imagine I've always got the club face pointed at my target at impact. If I'm swinging to the right of my target, that ball's gonna curve to the left. If I'm swinging to the left of my target, that ball's gonna curve to the right. So there you have it. The factors we need to create curve are simply a difference between face and path. But I think importantly, we've got to learn how to control that curve and make sure that it's starting and ending in the general direction that we intend. So let's start to understand how to do that. All right, so there's some more math that goes into it than this, but for today's lesson's sake, we're gonna simplify this, and we're just gonna say that generally, the direction my face points is going to dictate the direction the ball jumps off the club face. So if my club is pointed to the right, I've got a ball going right. If my club's going to the left, I've got a ball going left right off the club face. Now, in order to control our curve, here's what we need to understand. The path and the face need to differ by a specific amount. That's how we control our start line and end line. It's one thing to know you're gonna curve the ball one way, but how do we know how far it's gonna curve? And here's how we describe that. All right, I've painted a picture here on the ground using some alignment sticks that shows you how much our face and path need to differ to create the proper amount of curve. So the stick on the far left here is representing our target, which is that green flag out in the distance. The middle stick is going to represent the direction of our club face at impact. The far right stick shows us the direction we need to swing in order to get that ball to curve back towards our target. What I want you to notice is that the angle between the first and the second stick is the exact same angle we've placed between the second and third stick. So however far my face points right of the target at impact here, I need to swing twice as far to the right with my swing direction. Right, so it's a 2-to-1 ratio here. All right, so back to the question, should I change my swing or should I change my address position to achieve this? And I think the answer is individual to each and every one of you. I don't want to say one or the other is right. They both work well. And here's what I mean by a difference in swing versus setup. So if I changed my swing, I would have a very square alignment to my target still. I would attempt to swing my club way out to the right, release that face a little bit to get that ball started right and coming back. Now again, at impact, my goal would be swinging down the far right line with my face pointed at the middle line. That would give me a nice accurate draw back to the target. The other option, once again, would be to change my body's alignments. So what I'm gonna do is align my body parallel to this line now. So that's my swing direction. I'm going to point my face a little bit left of that, and I'm going to swing down my body line. Now guess what? Both of those would produce a very similar shot that would start to the right and draw back to the target for me. Now my question to you from here would be, what's more comfortable? Now for a player like me, with a swing path that's very neutral, in other words, I'm hitting lots of very straight looking shots, I find it somewhat easier to just change my alignment. So I'm going to aim to the right, point the face to the left, make my nice neutral swing, and that should create a nice little draw. Let's try that here. So I'm going to shift my body to the right, my alignment to the right. I'm pointing the face to the left, and we're going to make a nice neutral swing and see what happens here. Awesome. I got a ball that started out to the right of the target, and it drew and it covered right over that flag. It was absolutely perfect. So on this one, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna try to change my swing. I'm gonna try to swing more out to the right, get that face closing down sooner, and get that draw starting out to the right and coming back. Let's see how we do. Now again, I tend to have a very neutral swing path, but I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna align at the target. I'm going to attempt to swing out to the right and release the face. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I have overdrawn that by a good 10 yards. So I didn't get that ball started enough to the right, and it ended up overdrawing for me. I did change my swing path successfully. However, I wasn't very accurate with it. So my question to you, do you want to change your swing, or do you want to change your alignment? I find it easier for the average player to change their alignment for this shot. All right, I think I need to deliver that last message with a general forewarning. When I swing, my club's path, once again, is very neutral. I swing down the target line very well. So changing my alignment in my club face, making the same swing, makes it easy for me to control my curve. Now, people that I teach on a day-to-day basis tend to swing way across the ball to the left, or drop the club underneath and swing out to the right. They struggle controlling their swing path. With that said, I think swing path is going to be a tough one to change. So in other words, keeping your alignment square, changing the direction you swing, well, you already struggle with that anyway. So I don't think that's a good viable way for you to work the ball. But when we change these alignments, let's say I'm swinging 8 degrees to the left, I've got to aim so far to the right to actually get my ball started right of target and curving back towards it, that all of a sudden I've got to hood the face an odd amount. I'm de-lofting the club, and I'm gonna struggle with distance control now. So my suggestion is, if you want to start to learn to curve the ball one way and the other, you've got to learn to get your path somewhere back towards neutral. It's gonna be hard for you to work the ball by changing alignment. It's gonna be hard for you to work the ball by changing your swing direction. Let's work on a way to get your swing path back towards neutral. And I think either one of these could be successful for you. So in the meantime, my suggestion for the average player, once again, would be, hey, let's change our alignments. Let's change the position of our club face at address. Make the same swing we always swing. So hopefully that works for some of you. Let me know down in the comments below what you like to do to change your curve on the golf ball. Thank you. Have a great day.